So Dying Light 2 came out about 8 hours ago, and I haven't slept, I haven't showered, I haven't even shit because I've been addicted to this game. I can't get off of it, but I wanted to make this video just kind of talking about it. There is a few problems here and there, especially with like the glitches and bugs. I've experienced quite a few so far, which isn't a good thing, but luckily nothing catastrophic, at least for me on my end. There's some audio glitches, some frame rate drops. I mean, the game's supposed to be running at 60 frames per second on the next generation of consoles, and it runs at 60 frames for the most part, but it does dip here and there, which isn't a good thing. Luckily, my mind is just all over the place. I'm trying to think about what I want to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna knock on wood. Almost just broke my wrist doing that, but yeah, I saw a few things surfacing online with glitches. Like some guy's save file was corrupted. I hope to hell that doesn't happen, because I'm going to turn my Xbox off probably in the next hour and get some sleep. And if I come back online tomorrow and my save file is corrupted, I will be pissed. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Like I said, I've been playing this game probably for 8 hours straight. I've only touched the storyline probably for 3 to 4 hours so far. I've kind of just been doing my own thing. One thing I love about Techland games, and especially about the first Dying Light game, is it really does feel like a post-apocalyptic world. There's a lot of games out there, especially open world games, that don't like fully immerse you into the world. It doesn't feel empty like it should, you know what I mean? Like it's a post-apocalyptic game. It shouldn't feel full. It should feel kind of empty. There's obviously zombies all over the place, but there's not many humans unless you go try to find the factions and stuff like that. Which is, Techland, well done. It fully immerses you in the world. Really feels kind of empty, which is amazing. As far as the gameplay goes, I mean, the gameplay is let's be honest, it's what drew us to this game. We've been seeing the gameplay for the past year and a half. The parkour elements, they take what the first game did well and they expand on it even more. It's the fluidity, it just feels so good. You can scale buildings, you can glide across the city, you can use a grappling hook, if you were to show the parkour gameplay to like a real parkour specialist, I guarantee you they would say it's like pretty accurate. So, well done. And I also have full faith in Techland. They're one of those developers that listen to the community. I'm pretty sure they were updating the first game for like 6 or 7 years after it launched. So they really take care of the community. They listened to us. And that's why I have full faith that they're gonna do the steps necessary to make sure this game is working properly. I guarantee you they're already working on fixing a lot of the bugs and glitches. And nowadays, you kind of just expect it, right? Like, what game doesn't release nowadays, especially like an open world game that doesn't have any kind of glitch? It's very rare. I mean, is Cyberpunk, Mass Effect, I'm not going to get into it, but there's tons of games out there that have tons of problems at launch. So luckily, Techland, like I said, they're a very good developer, and I think they'll fix it fairly quickly, at least I hope. Anyways, as far as the gameplay goes, or the game itself again, the story I haven't touched too much, but from what I've played so far, and I saw IGN did a review, and they were kind of not shit-talking, but they were kind of knocking the main protagonist. His name is Aiden in this game. They were saying he was very bland and very generic, which I don't know if they played the first game, but Kyle Crane was the protagonist in the first game. That guy did not have a personality whatsoever, so I don't know what they were expecting, but from what I can tell, Aiden is very similar. Not similar from like a generic standpoint. Kyle Crane, he said his lines, he was for the most part, he's kind of quiet. He said his dialogues every once in a while, but for the most part, the story in the first game and what I can tell in the second game, it's very centered around like the side characters. They have a lot of the dialogue. They carry a lot of the story. So it's the same way in the second one. And I really, if you went into this game expecting like an extraordinary, just way out there, flamboyant personality main character, I don't know what you were expecting, because that was never going to happen with Dying Light. And as far as the story in general, like if you're buying this game for the storyline, I think 90% of us are buying this game for the gameplay. I mean, that's what I did. Like, that's why I'm buying it. The first game had a very decent story. I wouldn't say it was great. It wasn't horrible. And from what I've played so far in the second one, it feels the same. It's like good enough. It's a good enough story to make you want to keep playing, which is all you can ask for in a zombie game, really. you're not going to get like some amazing storyline with a zombie game. I mean, it can happen, of course, but for the most part, if it's decent enough to keep you going, that's all you can ask for. There's like different factions throughout the city and stuff like that. And one thing I do have to mention is like it has some RPG elements where you're obviously leveling up your character and you can get different abilities, and that's great and stuff like that. But some of the choices you make don't really affect the outcome, which is kind of disappointing. Like you can go and you can betray certain factions throughout the city, and then later on you might team up with them. Like, so everything you did earlier didn't really have an impact later in the game, which is really annoying. But yeah, you're definitely getting this game for the gameplay. There is also no firearms in this game, which I saw some people were upset about, which I never understood. It's like, did you guys even play the first game? The firearms in the first game were not used at least by me. Like, I would say 90% of the time, and I put over 100 hours into the first Dying Light, I would say 90% of the time I was using melee weapons, which they were just a lot more fun. The firearms and the guns in the first game just didn't feel smooth. I'll show some gameplay on the screen. Didn't feel really smooth, kind of felt clunky, so I hardly used them. You can find blueprints and upgrade your melee weapons, and they're just a lot more fun to use, especially like the fighting mechanics. Again, they're very improved in the second one from the first one. There's like slow motion dodge animations. You can do so many ways to kill an enemy. You can slice their head in half. You can drop kick them. You can stomp on them. There's just so many different ways to kill them. This game also allows you to play stealthy, like not really against the zombies, because that doesn't really work so well. If you're going to take down a human faction or something like that, you can definitely play stealthy and sneak up on them, which I love. I mean, I usually don't play stealthy, but you definitely can. Your main character and most of the characters in the game are like infected, so you need to stay in some kind of UV light, and you have like a bar on the top of your screen. So there's a daytime and a nighttime in this game, which is Dying Light's kind of known for, good night, good luck, or something like that. That's their motto, their catchphrase. So you can go out at nighttime, but it's to your, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. I get my ass kicked every time I go out at nighttime. So usually sleep overnight and then I go out during the daytime. The zombies are on crack at nighttime. I swear to God, there's like different zombies in this game, and they are just crazy at nighttime. Which makes sense, right? Zombies at nighttime, they get more horny and they want to kill you more. So yeah, this game has a co-op mode, which I've only got to try for about an hour, but there's 4-player co-op, so you can do all the story missions, you can do all the side missions, or you can just free roam around the city with some friends, which makes the experience that much more enjoyable. I mean, who doesn't like co-op? There's also no vehicles in the game, which I don't think people were as upset about no vehicles compared to the firearms. But I actually like the vehicles. There was no vehicles in the first game, but they had an expansion called The Following, which is one of the best expansions, I might add, maybe ever, because I absolutely love The Following DLC. And I can see why they didn't add vehicles to the second game, because they obviously want you to focus on the parkour elements. They want you to glide across the city and use the grappling hook and all their new parkour. They want you to use that, right? They don't want you to be driving around the city. I guarantee you Techlands going to come out with another expansion in like 6 months or something, and they're going to put you further out of the city and you're going to be able to drive vehicles, just like in the first game when they did that with the Following DLC. So I have no doubt in my mind we'll see vehicles at some point in this game. It'll probably come throughout the year through DLC or something like that. And yeah, I mean, this game is just a lot of fun so far. I am really enjoying it. Like I said, story mode, if you're, the only way I wouldn't recommend this game is if you cannot tolerate glitches whatsoever. I mean, nobody likes glitches, right? I literally want to break my TV and throw it out the window when a glitch happens to me. But if you're one of those people that just absolutely can't tolerate it, I would say wait a few weeks, wait a few months. This game's going to drop in price just like every other game, and they're also going to do a lot of patches in the next few weeks. So if you can wait and you hate glitches, just wait. You'll have a better experience. But when this game isn't having glitches and bugs, it's a ton of fun right now. I think this game is probably better than the first. I'm not going to say the story's better because I need to play more. But as far as a gameplay standpoint, it's not even close. This game takes everything the first game does and makes it even better. So Highly recommend it. And also, if you are buying this game for the story, I would definitely say wait, because it doesn't have the best story from what I can tell. Just like the first game, I mean, you're 100% buying this for like the gameplay. Ton of fun, tons of things to do throughout the city. I think they said it's over 500 hours you can get out of this game if you do like every little thing. And then the base story itself, from what I hear, is like 20 hours, but you're going to get sidetracked at least a little bit. Even if you stay on track and just do the main story, you'll still get like 30 hours out of the game easily. Trust me. There's so much to explore. There's so much to do. There's daytime, there's nighttime, there's co-op, there's side missions here and there. It's just so much fun so far. So yeah, I'm going to get back to playing this game because, like I said earlier, I'm addicted like a motherfucker and I need to play more. So let me know what you guys think. Did you guys buy this game today? Are you guys going to wait? I might make a video also comparing the first game and the second game. I just can't do that comparison right now. I mean, I can compare like the gameplay and the graphics and all that kind of stuff in this, but I need to play more of the story because I can't really compare the two games until I know what exactly happens in the second one. So I'm going to be playing this throughout the weekend, and hopefully by the end of the weekend or in the next few days, I can, oh my God, I'm having a voice crack. I'm almost dying here. I need some water. I need some sleep. But yeah, I might do a video comparing the first game and the second game. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later, and peace.